In keeping with the theme of recording my practice this year, I am recording this immediate practice before round 1 of the Excel World Cup 2025. I'm up against Liana Gerish, who is an exceptionally strong competitor, and it's a bit of a kind of a coin toss in terms of who wins. So I better take it a bit seriously. And yeah, I've not had very much practice, so time to do some. I don't want to kind of go at full pace today, or at least not for now, because basically I think I have carpal tunnel syndrome. Like my thumb and finger have not been okay for the last week or so, so I want to like not work them too hard before the actual event. Cool. So I think what I'll do first is basically go through the public Lambda list and compare them to what I have already, and then probably steal lots of them because I think there's lots and lots of lambdas that have been made since I last did this. And specifically, I also want to find one of those macros that takes the case data and like splits it up over lots of different worksheets, because that looks like it'll save lots of time. And I mean, the way it feels is when these battles happen, like another 10 seconds would seemingly always get me a lot more points. So maybe I should be looking to save some of these 10-second bits. If I do win, and if I win round 2 as well, I'm not familiar with my round 2 opponent, but I think never underestimate anybody in these games. Then I'm up against Dim Early, who I should defeat easily. He's not a threat at all. Cool. Okay, so how should we get started? I've downloaded like all of the different lambda sets that we've got. I think what I'll do first is just show you how I will remind myself how my one is set up, my prep. So I'm just going to open up a workbook solution and share my screen. I will share windows on my screen. My screen is quite big. Cool. So hope now you'll see. Yeah. So this is what we call not very well written code. It is it's basically a ribbon that goes into Excel, and I got something called button 1 here. I don't know what that does, but it's got a few like common shortcuts that I might use in FMWC. And most importantly, it's got this lambdas one, which is, I think, the only one that I regularly use. And what the lambda button does, I want to look up orders C5. I don't know what that is. I'm going to get rid of that one. And what the lambda button does is like calls one of these methods that I've set up, and everybody seems to like always be routed through this. I should probably make this actually say what the error is. So let's just go rn ex dot message rn ex dot target site rn ex dot stack trace. So that'll tell me what the error is when something errors. And I want to follow this lambdas one, which I need to call FMWC. And then that will call this, and then that will call this. Cool. So this is how my lambda ingestion works. I've got quite a lot in here. FIFO CF attributable to current period minus n. I'm sure that's really useful. I'm sure that's useful in the right circumstance. Stack rip. Okay, I don't actually know what all of these do. Also, I don't think I want this game info one, so I'm just going to get rid of that. Because I will have this macro instead. I've got some silly stuff here. I've got like rand instead of random, because this is just how I think of it in my head, for example. Same for sign. Cool. So, what I'll do is I'll run this and we'll just go through any that I'm not certain how they work or what they do. And we'll just try them out. I've also been in situations where like some of this stuff doesn't work. Like I was in this fast ninja battle a couple of years ago, and I tried one of these two, and it just didn't work, and I had to do it manually instead. So my faith in my lambdas is not really that high, to be honest. Coletta, that's interesting. Cool. Okay. Cool. So I'll run this, and we'll just try out any that I don't know about. And at the end, if I make any changes that are meaningful in any way, I will upload my lambda set so everyone can use them. It's very nice. Cool. That is a Chromium tab. That is mobile. I'll share Excel. Cool. So f1.pc lambdas, and I have all my lambdas now. So going from the top, I've got a load of constants. I know what they are. I've got dice to num. Dice to num. I think I know what this does. Faith in it working, not that high, but can't really complain because I haven't done much practice. Mod index to 1. Okay, so if I do mod index to 1, 4, 5, that gives me 4. That makes sense. What if I do it the other way around? It gives me 1. That makes sense. What if it's 4 and 4? 4, okay, yeah. So instead of it mapping to 0 to n minus 1, it maps from 1 to n. That checks out. Index from matches is a 2D lookup, I think. Indirect from complex. Indirect from complex. If I had 5 here and I said indirect from complex 1 plus I, yeah, that gives me 5 accent. I do actually use indirect and alert because I don't think any of the case authors that aren't me would really push the calculation to that level. I know Julian did something with the volcano island, but I've kind of got that to work by doing clever sampling. So I think the one time it has come up, I've been okay. And I think with the kind of changes they've made to cases this year, I don't think that'll come up, at least not at this point. Right, address from complex. We've got 1 plus I on this. A1, that checks out. What if I do 1? Value, okay, good. Interest payment, principal payment, that's not going to come up. I have got buy pattern in here. I have no idea how to use it. I'm sure Dim will make a very beautiful version of that I will steal and use from the node. Not yet. Actually, since I am going up against him, I might not have said that out loud, but hey. And then I've got a load of supporting stuff for buy pattern. There's tons of them. Get non-zero odds. What does that do? Get non. I think this must be a supporting one. 1 plus. Seems to be getting all the awards. Oh, but not blanks. Okay, I'm going to rename. No, I'm not going to rename that because it's probably used by other things. Okay. Pivot over symmetries. Im neighbors. Okay, im neighbors might actually come up. So I think what this is I've got some starting point. 3 plus I, and I go im neighbors start neighbors. And then let's just do this as the map. And then if I fill in some numbers here. So 3 plus I means row 3, column 1, so that's A3. So we've got A3, and then we've got here, 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 and here. And they're just, I guess they're too cold. So that's actually giving the values. Do I want a way to get the addresses? No, because that is just like map in some, so that's fine. All right, complex from indirect. This is a bad name because I think this means basically from a cell reference, and then it does indirect under the hood, but actually it should be called like complex from cell or range or something. So if I did A1, okay, so you do actually pass in the address, so it should be called complex from address. I'll just check if that's used anywhere else. Complex from indirect. No, it's not. So I am actually going to change that to be called complex from address. Got im from cell. That. Okay, that. So I can see on the left here that actually this will only work on one cell at a time, which is probably not ideal. So I should probably change that. So at the moment we've got this. How do we get complex from address? Complex. 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 How do I like, usually do I just do like on that like this and just get all of them? I think so. Okay, so yeah, I am going to change im from cell as well and make it be called im from range. Just check it's not used anywhere else first. Yeah, not used anywhere else. So what we got at the moment, we got this. And we're going to change it to be map cell to lambda cell. Yes, and then the first thing we're passing isn't actually a cell, it is a range. Let's call it R. So now if I pass in something like this, yeah, okay. Cool. So that is going to be my im from range. I'm actually going to call it complex from range as well and just duplicate it because I might not remember if it starts with im or complex. Cool. Okay. What about in some pointwise? Is this? I think this is just like scanning and summing. Well, that doesn't appear to be working. I don't want to try to fix this. I'm not that bothered. This. Okay, okay. So it sums them when they're the same dimensions. That kind of makes sense. It's like mapping to a symbol. Okay, I am actually going to keep that. That seems fine to me. Cool. Okay. Now we've got flip vertically, flip horizontally, horizontally. Okay. Rotate anti. Yeah, rotate clock. Yeah. Rotate 180. Okay, nice. Let's try this whole letter one. Okay, I didn't know I had that. That actually seems quite useful. I don't actually have a complex number 2 address one, I think. Or do I? Address from complex 1. I do, okay, cool. on same main diagonal, on same main diagonal, not on same anti-diagonal. So on same main diagonal, that and that should be true, and then that and then this should be false. Nice. Okay. Where? So if I have, like, let's say sequence of 20, let's say equals where that lambda x greater than 10. Yes. Okay. So this is like filtering, but I think it does 2D. So if I did like this, yes. Okay. Where other? So if I do where other, so let's say where other this, where this is greater than 10. Okay, and then if I like flip this, yeah, that checks out. Okay. Union.distinct. Union.distinct. What is this? Let's go 5 plus that. Okay, so I guess what if I had like this? Okay, so it includes 0 in this case. I mean, that seems okay to me. Any. So if I say any of these are greater than 25. False. What if they're greater than or equal to 25? True. Okay. About all. False. And then this one's 6. Okay, that kind of checks out. Let's do while.loop equals while.loop. So starting at 2, if I double and I stop when I get above 50, I get 64. That's cool. While.iteration, so I guess this is how many times did I double it? 5. 2 to the 1, 2 to the 6, that's 5, yeah. Cool, and then I've stolen dims most of lambda, so I can guess some points on it with that. I feel good. Most of. Okay. Cool, then I've got a load of complex helpers. I've got something called flatten map. Let's just go sequence 10, 5 or something. Let's go flatten map with that. Okay, so I've never used this before, but it looks very useful, and I think I've seen other people use similar stuff. So flatten map looks like it gets all the ords, the addresses, row, column, value. Can I think of anything else I want? No. Cool, then I've got imdist Manhattan. So let's do imdist Manhattan of this. Okay, so I think, yeah, Manhattan is like row plus column. I've got imdist Chebyshev. Imdist Chebyshev. So I think this is like you can move diagonally, or you can move on a row or a column. So I think that makes it the max of the row difference and the column difference. 4 plus I, 2 plus 5I, yeah, that checks out. Imdist Euclid. I'm not really a fan of like the decimals and cases, but maybe it will come up. That looks good to me. Imdist real, I guess. Okay, so this is just like row difference and column difference. Imdist imaginary. Cool. And we've got in directions excluding diagonals of n. Let's go with 2. Okay, so this is just a way I can get all the arrows out quickly. So if I include the diagonals, okay, then it explores it like this. But I could go 2 col of that, and I could base value and kind of do that, and then that's my different distances. I think other people have better versions of that. That will do. Cool. Okay, so now we've got. And let's go. I think that extract digits. Okay, extract digits is not working on a range. You have to copy it down. I should probably fix that. What have I got at the moment? Okay, so what if I did and A1? Okay, so it just, okay, so I think what I want to do is I want to steal biro from whoever has it. And then using biro, yeah, I will make it split these out fully. And I'll do the same for the other extract methods. Got substitute multi. What does that do? Next to text range items to sub, let's say apple. Let's say apple and A1. Okay, that seems good. Starts with. Let's start with apple. Yep. Ends with A1. Yep. Is uppercase car. I'll trust myself on that. Is lowercase car. Split text I do use a lot, and it's a terrible method, but it does split the text out. Substring has that. It's a weird name for a function. I think usually you would go has substring, but usually, when I say usually, I mean in code. But in code, you already know you're on a string. So when you say has, you know it's going to be stuff relevant to strings. So I guess what I've done here is flipped it around so that I will find it if I look for substring-like things. And what I will do is I will just add that a second time. Called has substring this time, just so I have both. Got is null or empty. 0. Empty string. Okay, so I guess that's checking for empty string. Text.reverse. Okay, what about if I did that? Cool. C's a car. 2. Okay, that does 1 letter at a time. I guess it does say car in the title. Find nth. I want to find the second A in all of this. So I want to find A second. Okay, that seems very useful. Got countif.lambda. Countif this substring has. Okay. Lambda x starts with x apple. So it's like you're writing stuff backwards here compared to writing code. You're like, usually you do thing dot, then the method. But here it's method, then the thing. Okay, I've got some version of that, which is the same, I guess, and then I've got some ifs one as well. Right, I've got something called pad jagged. Heads of, I think what this is if I go sequence of like 5, sequence of 4, sequence of 3, it equals pad jagged, that, then yeah, it like expands it to be a common width, basically. What if I put like 1 here? Okay. Not sure how useful that is, but I don't know. Then we've got combinations ordered 10-4, sequence of 10-4. Okay, yeah, but that is all of the ways you can write this stuff out. Sort of know it's clearly missing some. Let's go sequence of 5-4. Okay, that seems better. And then unique combinations. Aha. Okay, so if I go 1 here, this is like irrespective of order. What if I go 1 in rep int? I'm allowed to repeat everything, so I can have 5 multiple times. This seems pretty useful. Combinations unordered. 5. Oh yeah, let's do a sequence of 5 here. Okay, so this is This is okay. So I think I could reproduce this with you all. That's fine. Right, stack repeatedly. So stack this 2 and 3. Okay, that makes sense. Cartesian. I might install this of Elliot. I'm not sure. Okay, so that's just like all the pairs that you can have there. Oh, that's a lot to remember already. Right, weighted average. Let's weight this set of weights on these things. 3. Okay, how do I believe that? That times that. Average that equals that over sum of j. Sum of that over sum of that. 3. Okay. Yep. Cool. Okay, so I have now refreshed my memory on all my lambdas, and it's time to start. We'll see if I can steal lambdas from elsewhere and VBA macros from elsewhere. What am I doing? So let me find some lambdas. I'm actually going to start from the MEWC specific ones. It looks like I'm starting with Anders, who does have some VBA. So it's promising. I think Anders wrote one of the cases as well. Maybe it's not a good idea to steal his lambdas first, because people tend not to write cases their own lambdas would solve. It just trivializes it. I don't know. Enable editing. Okay, I trust you, Anders. Cool. So what do we got? And then addresses. Okay, I guess that's my like IMAP thing. Area. Let's just get like a basic map here. Let's go for flange. Cool. So areas ST dist 3 1 1 1 1. Does this need to be one cell maybe? I have no idea what this does. Let's see. Let's up be 1 if it's submitted, yada yada yada. Let row be distance times up plus down plus 1. Column be distance of left plus right time plus, left plus right times distance plus 1. Area be offset. Okay, that might be why I'm getting rough errors. What if I did down here? Yes. Okay. So this is returning an area around a cell. It's not clear to me. This is much more useful than offset, to be honest. So I'm not going to take this one. Cool. What have we got next? We've got a set of arrows. Yeah, so there's something about going and having like a set of the predicted like lambda set that they're going to use saved. I don't really like. It probably is useful because they do come up, and even when they don't come up, you can kind of sort them. I mean, they should probably be in this order. Start, but you probably am I gonna make this? I think I probably should. So I'll just call them like M arrows, and I will basically just do this, and then H stack that with what the arrows are, and then if other sets of arrows come in, they usually sort in this order. So we should be able to map onto them pretty quickly. So what have I got? I've got -1. -1 plus I. I mean, it means I don't make mistakes in this under pressure, which I have done several times. So I'm pretty sure it's definitely a good idea. But yeah, I don't like it for some reason. But I will do it. 1 minus I. Yeah, I should just multiply by multiplying by minus I each time. So this one would be minus I, and this one, if I'm done, no, I'm not done. It'll be -1 minus I. Yes. Okay. That didn't work. This needs a text thing. What is the problem with this one here? Aha, this is a comma. Cool. -1 plus I. 1 plus I. 1 minus I. Minus I, -1 minus I. Okay. So that's I'm just going to evaluate that to the full thing. and I will add that to my complex stuff as names.add im arrows. I will do the full name because I mean the IntelliSense is going to find it anyway. Might as well. Cool. So that is my arrows lambda. Thank you, lambdas. Am I going to split into left, right, up, down? No, I think like if I'm looking it up in here anyway, it doesn't matter if I have too many probably, so I think that's fine. Bonus. What is a bonus? Don't know. It might be quite specific to the. I'll just try it one more time. This time in this case, calls bonus. Oh, I kind of need to copy it over into this case somehow. I do this. Filter indirect. Okay, so it is from scratch, so I can actually just copy the name directly. Bonus. Cool. So equals bonus level start. Let's go 1 to 20. 5 calls. Okay, so this is aggregating like part of the level data. Well, this is nice and convenient for those really awkward bonus questions. We have to count everything up across all the levels. I mean, it is a bit gaming the format being consistent, which I don't really like, but I probably should steal this. Yeah, this would get me some points. Okay, I'm sorry, Anders. I'm stealing your bonuses or your bonus lambda. Cool. So I am just going to add a new section called meta. I'll do names.add level data, e.g. for bonuses. And it excludes the example, which they pretty much always do, which is especially meta. And it's like, I see looking at the code, and you probably can't see it. See the code, it like is explicitly using the fact that the case sheet is always called case and that the column is always column G, which is true, but like there's no like rule that says that has to be true, right? Okay. Cool. I'm going to keep that one. Thank you, Anders. Right, back here. So what did we got to? We did bonus. We got bicol. But we got different versions of bicol and birow. What makes these different? If columns of array equals 1 function of array, col this sequence, I guess lambda x sequence x. It's lambda spelt correctly. No, I think the other biro is probably better. I don't really understand what this one's doing, but to be fair. Cool. Okay, so card order. I imagine we'll see like a more expansive, like sort of labeled up card data, which would be more useful later. We'll see. Sound to text. Yeah, like the formula out as a string. Okay. Counter current says that I've got. I think this is within a single string. So let's go. Count currencies of F8. That is not apt. Okay. Okay, so this is shorthand for something that I could do pretty easily otherwise, but it is nonetheless shorthand at the same time. What if I did FD? I think I do want to default it to this 0 thing as well, instead of defaulting it to the scenario where you add them up. So I'm going to add this, and it will be called substring count or count substrings. Substring count. And actually, before I copy it, I'm just going to remove the is emitted bit to make it have the other behavior. And then I'll copy it and say count substring is count substrings. Cool, okay. All right, thank you for count op. Cross, what is cross? Range distance. Okay, let's go cross that by 2. Okay, so this is like that kind of cross. I don't really know that. I don't even remember it. Diagonal. Diagonal distance of 2. I mean, it's kind of in a weird order. This is like a basic enough thing that it probably will come up occasionally. And it is kind of takes a while to write out longhand, which is probably why it has it. Common shapes. I mean, I get the idea. I see how it saves time. Why? I'm kind of a bit resistant to this though, because it's like so specific. It does come up, but it's like not generally useful, if that makes sense. right? So it's only useful in like Excel esports, which it's the point of this, I suppose. Hmm. No, I think if I was gonna have this, I'd need to practice with it a bit just to remember I had it. Same with um, the cross one earlier. So I think I'm not gonna keep this one, even though I see that it's useful, and it would be useful to have something that did this. Yeah, okay. Cool. Okay, now we've got dice, which just lists out the dice characters. I mean, it could save 2 seconds. Dice come up occasionally. I will probably steal that. Wait, how can you not see the name manager? You can't see the name manager. Okay, I don't know. This will be an enjoyable watch for people. Okay, dice. I will share the name manager. Where is the? How can I share the name manager? I don't know. I don't really want to share the entire screen, to be honest. It's too big. I share like a section of the screen somehow. Don't think so. Okay, guess you just don't get to see the name manager. Sorry. Yeah, I have too big a screen. Okay, we've got something called dist from. Dist from. Let's go dist. Let's just go there. Dist from map. T range. This maybe. Under XX. Some X. T range must be target range. Okay, I don't know what dist from does, and it looks really, really complicated, so I'm not gonna steal it. Next we've got find. We need to find one in this array. Okay, the other way around. Ready? Okay, I don't really want that, whatever it is. Yeah, we've got knight combinations, knight left, right, knight up, down. It's an interesting way to split them out. We've got lambdify. I'm definitely not using lambdify in the actual case. I would need a lot of practice with it first, you see. Map distance mod, that's my one based mod. He's got most of, he's got move, he's got neighbor off. A lot of this appears to be in common with dim set. Interesting. I think we might see more of equivalents like similar ones to these later on. Got next. Got something called next. What is next? Oh, it shifts. Shifts a range. I think Dim might have built this on one lab. I can't remember if this is exactly what he made or if Anders has made this. It seems to shift it down by default. How can I shift it to the right though? What if I did move? Perhaps move. Or maybe it's called shift, that would make sense. It's not called shift, whatever it is. Next, previous. I'm just scanning through the list of names to see if there's anything that looks like it might be something that would give the option to shift to the right as well. So we've got next, we've got previous. We've got like conversion to row call numbers. Okay, I mean, I definitely want something like this shift next thing, but I think other people will have it as well, and they probably will have both directions, I would imagine. If I did 0, 2 like that. No. Yeah, okay, this next thing seemingly only does rows, so yeah, I'm not gonna steal that for now, but I'll steal something similar in the future. And what have we got? We've got perimeter. Perimeter. Ah, so this is like an A that's not on the perimeter. I mean, this would have been useful in a couple of places. I remember doing Wheel of Fortune like 4 or 5 years ago now, live, and you were basically doing something a bit like this, where you were throwing out all the middle ones, and the same on the Monopoly, the definitely not Monopoly copyright case. So, yeah, but I don't think it's useful not to steal it. Okay, we've got snake. Is that a snake question in the past? And people apparently had this lambda prepared, which it surprised me. I didn't think people would have this prepared, but I might just steal it just because I remember what it's called really easily because I have a history with it. Cool, so I'm stealing snake. It's not bad. Snake. Cool, I will have to actually try this and see if it works. Because it might rely on some other ones or something that I'm not aware of. But hey, we'll see. Cool, then we got something called squeeze. And then we've got a set of suits and like opposite suits of the same colours, which again is like heavily metagamed towards previous cases. Let's try I can't remember the equals S squeeze thing. Okay. 2. 1, 1. I go 0, 0, 0. I'm going to squeeze that. No, I don't know what squeeze does. Okay, let's have one quick look at the code. So if row col equals 1, which is the default, I think. Yeah, that's the default. Then by row, array lambda 2-row fill. By row array. Okay, so what if instead of zeros, what if this is blank? Aha, that's what it does. I don't think I would use that. Okay. Thank you, Anders, for your lambdas. Let's check out your VBA. Okay, what do we got? Got nothing in the sheet, nothing in the workbook. What about in here? So we've got on key F. This is too big probably for viewers. Okay, we've got on key F1 do nothing. That's pretty standard. We've got copy lambdas to the active workbook. That makes sense. Is that a shortcut? I don't see a shortcut for it. Going to set up. Okay, let's just try running these one in case. So I've got my portal case that I opened earlier. So I'm going to copy the lambda to get to workbook. Macros in this project disabled. Okay, I'm going to trust Anders lambda's lambda collection quickly. Unblock, so I'm unblocked as well. Now I'm going to try this stuff out. So copy lambda to the active workbook, and now I'm going to try something called bonus setup. Okay. I like that. I think I will steal it. Now I'm going to try one called DT setup. Okay, I've got an error. Probably because I was in an early column. Okay, I don't know what these numbers mean. Let's just go like here and do a data table setup from here, maybe. Okay, 20 what? 61M6. Oh, this is, I guess this is 61? What is this 22 thing here? Did I add that somehow by accident? 22? Yes, I guess I did. Okay, let's go with that. Get rid of the sheet. let's just like select this maybe and do data table setup. Type mismatch. Select cell. Get the last character of the select cells. Okay, let me show you what the code is doing. Let me look at the code and see what it's doing as well. Set select cell equals selection. Current sheet is worksheet. Get the last character. Selected cells. Okay, so I'm going to click here and then run it. Sorry, when I say here, you can see that. I'm going to click here and then run it. No. Okay, I'm going to try here. Yes, yes. Okay, so you click on the example and it gives you the data table for it. But where is the data table result? I guess you have to make it yourself. Okay, so it doesn't actually make a data table. Okay, but you can make a table on this setup easily. And I guess it doesn't look up this. If I did it on one that was more like this with more options. Okay, it does bring all that stuff through. I do spend time doing that. Okay, so we've got that. Now let's go for the next one. The next one's called data table transfer. That name is already taken. Okay, let me just get rid of these. Oh. Okay. So I guess this is for copying your workings, but I don't have any working sheets because I've not in this case. Data table local. Oh, no, okay, I don't know. And then what about this data table? RGB colors. Type mismatch. Okay, so this looks like that's to actually color it in. Which I don't know why you want to color something in. There is a color lookup. UDF colors. I don't want to use any UDF, sorry. Toggle tooltips, toggle iterations. Okay, I think I've seen everything I want to see in here. I probably will get a version of the one that makes a new sheet out of a level, the data table setup one, and the bonus setup one. So I'm actually just going to make C# versions of those, which are these things here. It's like really simple code, so I am just going to get the robot to do it. Cool, so let's do it. Cool, you can see here I've got green lines where I added things, so that's quite handy. All right, ribbon, toolbox, office ribbon controls button. This button is going to be called button bonus setup. And it's going to be called setup. And this button is going to be called level sheet. Select example to run, because I am not giving this to anyone, so I don't really care about good user experience, because I'm happy with that user experience. Cool, and then these are going to need bonus setup and level sheet email values. Bonus level sheet email values, and then I'm going to have to stick them in the switch. And then I'll just make a new, I'll just call it setup manager, I don't care. Setup manager, so I've made a new file called, oh actually I accidentally made it a form, whoops daisy. Just want to make a class called setup manager. Cool, public static class. WC callbacks. Case method dot what's it doing? Bonus method break. Case method dot level sheet break. Cool, and this is going to be setup manager, setup bonuses, called public static setup bonuses, application app, and then level sheet. Common.app, level sheet, common.app, and then read the high level ones as well. So yeah, we actually need to make the methods and double click on names. I didn't name that one properly. Button double sheet. Cool, so this is going to be call FOWC method dot bonus level. This one's going to be dot level sheet. Excellent. And now I'm going to take this code, paste it in Chatbot, fill out these methods, use C#. I will actually copy the using data resource windows from Microsoft Office into Excel. And using the code from these corresponding VBA methods, or subs, I should just say. Cool, so I'm just going to grab the DT setup and the bonus setup from Anders' stuff. How long have we got? Just over 2 hours. Oh, it says Hayden has created a riddle/hunt in his case. Sounds like it might be inspired by Alice in Wonderland, which he was a fan of. So cool. Cool, okay, so it's written me a lot of code, which I'm just going to paste over here, and we'll give it a go. App equals false equals Excel copy mode. Okay, null? No. It's Excel cut copy mode. Dot. I can only set it to cut or copy. Okay, I'm just gonna I am just gonna comment this out. And so cool. Okay, let us give this a go. So actually, no, I should close Excel before I run that. Where's my streaming thingy? So I'm going to basically run this application that is this add-in. It will automatically become like my latest add-in on this version of Excel. And then I'm going to open up Grayson's fault case and show it to you. And now I'm going to, first thing I'll try is importing the lambdas, see if there's any errors. Don't see any errors. New sheet, is it Alt-Shift F1 new sheet? And then Lambda Manager, I'll just try my new ones. So got sequence 3.5, snake. Okay, it looks like snake possibly isn't working. Aha, because it's calling if omitted, which I don't have. So I'll have to get if omitted as well. Okay, I can do that, that's fine. Okay, so I've got to remember to do that. Let's try out this stuff. So let's go bring this setup. Okay, that looks good to me. And then let's do level sheet. Okay, that's good. Level sheet. Okay, well, that at least is working. Cool. So I'm just gonna, before I try the rest of the lambdas, I'll just bring over if omitted. Names dot add limited and I'm now gonna share this with you and open up. Well, luckily nothing sensitive here. Well, that could have been very bad. That's the wrong clue. I've opened another workbook. Cool, so new sheet, sequence 5 equals snake. I want to read the names that begin with the letter S are the names of snakes. Okay, what else do I need? I need reverse up down, reverse left. This is, no, I'll tell you what, I'm going to get snake from somewhere else. I don't want to ingest all of this stuff. So I'll just remove snake. Try out in from range. Cool. Try out dice. Yeah. Try out. What's going to try out? What's new? In arrows. Yeah. Try out has substring. 3. Okay, yeah, that does actually make the cross. That's an interesting way to make a cross with complex numbers. It would accept 13 as well though, so it can't be too careful. All right, substring count. Let's try that. 3. It's pretty interesting. What else did we add? We added level data EG for bonuses. So let's give that a go. Level data EG for bonuses. And what are we doing? 61, 80, number cols, number of columns, so 1 in this case. 2. Level 4 to level 5? Yeah, okay. So it's actually the level number, not the question names. Okay, great. I think we're done with Anders. It's time to move on from letter A. I think we might not get through everybody today, but let's see who is next. Okay, so next up I've got Benny. Okay, Benny, let's... sorry, I'm just running the code one more time to make sure I've got the latest after I've removed Snake. But let's see what Benny's got. I think I might skip over Bo. I'm really sorry, Bo, but I don't have time to understand all of your stuff. Okay, all right, Benny, delete this sheet. No, I won't do that. Oh right, of course. I need to trust every file before I open it. Sorry. Unblock. And before that, because there are macros in here, I'm just going to check that quickly. There is one macro called colors, which I can show you. So what if I colored this in yellow and this in blue? Yeah, right, fine. Application.find format. I think this just selects them. Yeah, it might be quite a short stream. It might be an even shorter Excel World Cup run though. We'll see. I've basically so far I've been through Anders. Well, I've been through my own lambdas first, and then I went through Anders's lambdas, and I stole some things. Right now, looking at Benny's lambdas. It looks like this one just selects everything of a specific color, which I don't think I want to steal. And the other annoying thing about this is the stream. I can't share my whole screen, it's too big. But if I share Excel, you can't see the name manager. So it's not a very, I have to try to read out everything that I'm seeing. To be honest, I don't think I'm going to use any of Benny's lambdas because they're all in German. And I don't speak German. So I think I'm just going to move swiftly on to the next ones. Right, we've got 2 from Bo. I'll take a quick look at the ones from Bo. but I might not hang on for very long. Oh, Anders. Oh, yeah, I went through Anders's ones, but I gave up on understanding the colours. I was like, there's not enough time to understand this. If I get to your workbook, I might steal it from there. Cool, okay, this is from Bo. What if we... You can't even see what we've got out. This is Bo. Cool, per com. That makes sense. Choices. I think I've stolen, like, combination stuff already. I've got stuff for that, and that's the only thing that's in here, so that's fine. Brittany. There's one here called GM Lambdas New. Is that Giles Mail? Have we got Giles Mail Lambdas shared publicly? Right, what about from Brit? Got any VBA? No VBA. There are 4 sheets here, which seems like a lot. Alright, we've got dice. We've got cards. Card conversion. We got ace of hearts, ace and heart. I don't know. Arrow conversion. Yeah, I'm not. I don't think these are like that well refined. I don't think I want to steal this. Color convert. Screen replacing false. You should turn off the automatic calculation for this as well. Which might be more than you should try to... I mean, I think I could understand it in 2 hours, but I might not be able to understand it and other things, which would be more useful, right? I think I do need some like basic color to text, because once that like was broken for having loads of different colors, you would have to write basically this on the fly. So you might as well just have it ready. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my thingamabob that hosts all of this. I'm going to go to the ribbon to add a new button, which is going to be paste colors. I'm going to go paste button, paste colors. Then we're going to have a new method which is called paste colors. I'm going to call fmwc dot paste colors. Also, when you're writing code, you should never use the British idioms, because if anyone from America will work on it, they're really confused. But not so much the other way around. Cool. So button paste colors goes to call fmwc method.paste colors, which goes to here. And then I want a new case method. I don't know, like, this is supposed to be giving me an error if there's no default method defined here, but it's not, and I don't really know why. There must be something very strange with the C# version. And we'll do very basic color manager. Good luck with the dims list. Like, thank you. Good luck with getting to round 3 as well. And no further luck than that. That's all the luck that I'm wishing you. Looks like color manager. Color manager. Color cells. I am going to stop and eat some food at some point as well. Cool, so public site void. Colour cells application. Up. Cool, so now it says the chatbot. Now populate this method with this VBA. And steal Brits VBA. And I will do, I'll say also make it store the calculation state and revert it by the end. Just so we don't end up staring at the screen as it replaces a gazillion things, recalculating all of my indirect data tables every time. Cool, okay, that is finished. So I'm going to try running that now. Where's my YouTube home? Here it is. Excel is not having problems with the oak add-in, as I just said. It's having problems with me like stopping Excel with this button, which you're not meant to stop Excel with usually. Cool, okay, so I've now got elephant, and I'm going to colour this in. We'll try out Brits colour macro thing. I'm going to colour, paste colours. Nice, and am I back to automatic? Yes, excellent. You probably couldn't see that. Cool, so now I have a paste colours button, got bonus setup, level sheet, and I've got the additional lambdas that I loaded in. Cool, I am gonna, actually I was gonna, no, I did try everything I saw from Anders already, didn't I? So what I'm gonna do is, I'm just gonna commit all of these changes because I think I'm happy with them as they are at the moment. Just Anders stuff. That is not actually the right repo. Where is my repo? Oh, I don't have Git in this repository. I'm going to set up Git on this repository. I'm sorry, I'm not going to share this because why am I not going to share it? I'm not going to share it because I might have like cases that haven't been used yet that might be used soon somewhere on here. They did give me the case designer benefits this year, so I think that usually means 3 cases, and I think I have written 1 for the local chapter and 1 for Road to Las Vegas. So I think to come up to 3, they probably are planning to use at least 1 of mine. But I don't know. Not said anything, but apparently they didn't say anything to anyone else either. Cool. Okay, so I have set up that shortcuts, git ignore at the git ignore file, commit my changes. What is this? This is initial commit. Nice and easy commit naming when you do the first one. Cool. Okay, so now I have my code in version control, so that's good. Okay, so who is next? I believe it is Duel next. And I think he does have VBA, so I'm going to unblock his file before I open it, and I'll open it up now. Okay, the inferior referencing style. The addresses. I avoid using these address things. I just like turn them into kind of complex numbers or ranges straight away. Neighbor op. I don't want to spend time understanding neighbor op right now, really. although it is really quite useful. Bonus that up. This thing, I think I basically just stole this from Brittany. This is a second. Is that different to this one? Find format.interior.color. What is this doing? Colnum. So colnum. Oh, I think that's color number, not column number, which is a bit confusing. Color number. It's range special cells blanks dot cells one dot interior dot color. Why blank? Like, what is the point of blanks here? I swear this can throw if there's no blank cells in the range. I think that causes an error. Okay, I'm not going to take that. Shift letters in a string. Aha, this is just an example with Lambdafy. That seems like it could be useful as a thing though. I think I saw you create a shift lambda that would be better for this, that I might steal if it's in here somewhere. DJ Clements offset A. What is this? It's not very well documented. RB rows, HB columns, index, array rows. I don't know much. Okay, by row, I do want these. I'm pretty sure these are incredibly useful. If I can work out what they do. Lambda R scan. Look at product. 8 minus 9 minus 6, 5. Okay, how do you get minus 32? Aha, because it's for each one of these blue ones, you multiply by this, and then you like tile it. Yeah. So for each row of this, you're doing a bicol of this. Let's do a simpler by row. Let's do by row. This. Lambda x sequence of x. Is the issue they have different sizes? Was the issue some of them are erroring? This is not what I thought Byro did. How many rows does this have? This has 10 rows, selected 6 items to start with. So I think, yeah, we've got sequence of 7, and then we've got sequence of 3. Stacked vertically. Yes, okay, that actually makes sense. That is what I thought it did. I'm just used to thinking about this as like doing tiles, because I've been thinking about bipattern lately. But I am just going to steal by row and by col. It looks like they don't use any other functions. That's good. So what am I doing? I'm going to my lambda manager. I'm just going to paste in this by col and by row thing. By col. Which one was this? This was by row, wasn't it? Yeah, by row. By col. Cool. Okay, so I've stolen by row and by col. Fantastic. Yeah, but I need to really be careful how I use this because I don't actually fully understand it. Cool, help me. I need help creating a function using the lambda function. What? It's necessary to create an analog of the VLOOKUP function to search only a part of the text. Here's an option. I think this. I think I might not be meant to see this, but I've seen it now. So, and the world has. Sorry. Cool. Okay. What have you got in terms of other stuff? So there's Lambdify. There's two versions of Lambdify. One of them is specific to the Lambdify sheet in here, which you should probably tidy up. But I don't see a shift thing and stuff like that. Okay, I'm going to move on. I'm going to assume the other dim early workbook version is more up to date and has the lambda lab stuff in it. So I'm going to move on from here. And who is next? GM lambdas. Should we check out John's lambda collection? It sounds fun, isn't it? I assume this is Giles' C. It is Giles' main. Excellent. Okay, there's a load of paste stuff here. Extract all. Is this extract all letters? Whoa! He's got a ton of lambdas. Jesus Christ. Oh my god, humble is evil. Oh no. Humble snake? Can I steal humble snake? I'm quite happy with that, I'm sure. Humble snake. Oh god, Jesus Christ. Humble snake. Value error. I'm not sure humble snake should give a value error really. Like, I think I might have to give up. Lambdify. Okay, you can't see this. This is quite funny though. There's a lambda in here called lambdify instead of lambdify. Humble snake throwing error. Oh, it's because there's more required arguments. Okay, fair enough actually. By column 1, snake arrows. Can I leave that blank? No. Okay, I don't actually think I want this version of the snake lambda, sorry. Man, these names all have like comments as well. There's so much work on this. Order all ascending. Some of these I've not seen before. Humble XIRR. Humble XIRR. Okay. Cards generate. Let's try cards generate. That might be stealable. Oh no, it's just a list of cards. Any other card order, card suits. if I was going to get a card macro, I'd want like the list of cards in the first column, and then maybe like the suits in the second column, and the numbers in the next one, and so on. I don't think I want just like lists of cards. I think those would be in the case pretty much always. Numbers. So under here called numbers. Let's give that a try. Numbers 5. Numbers 5 returns the numbers 1 to 9. Okay, I don't understand this. I'm sorry. True. Ref? Is this even used? How do I do ref? Okay, it is used, whatever it is. Oh, if it starts with 0. So it takes in 0 or 1. And it just returns the numbers up to 9. Okay. Humble text after. This is a really complicated thing. Let's try humble text after. Humble text after. Let's try text after A. D. What? Okay, I'm sorry, Charles. I'm not going to steal any of this. You've done a lot of work with it. Cool. And then we've got Julian, who I'm not going to steal anything from because he's got so much stuff. I'll be there for hours. And I have been through this before. When it was really quite extensive. And we've got Elia now. Here's the gist of it, gist.github.com. Okay, should we go to this site? I mean, he did write it in here, so must be something interesting. Where are you at, Elliot? Is that it? Yeah, okay, nice. So this is the gist of it, and actually this is just probably the exact same stuff. So actually you're going to look at it in the context of Excel instead. Cool, okay. Is there anything here that looks immediately really useful? I mean, I've taken a version of if omitted already. Reference groups. Arrows. Cards. Are the green ones the ones that he's actually made? And these are like ideas that he's got. Shift items. Shift items, stop shift. What? Okay, why is this only vertical again? Where are the ones that horizontal and vertical? Maps complex map.complex. Map.complex. Nice. Okay, yeah, I have this already as like in addresses or in range or something. Cool. Okay, thank you, Elliot. so that was the stuff from the MEWC specific folder. But there is a whole nother folder which is not MEWC specific. I'm going to look in Lambda group, and I'm going to start with Array Robot Volume 1. So these are, I believe, Eric owns like default extra lambda. So these should be well documented because he does this for work. Cool. So let me show that. Cool. So is all I have already is all but one. I don't really want that. Is any I do have. Is exactly one. That's an interesting idea. It's an interesting idea. I can't think of a scenario where I would have used it in the past, though. So I'm probably not going to steal that. Is exactly 2 is not useful, I think. Is none is just... I've got something called hasmatch, which basically checks this. So I think I've got that already. Cool. So that's Boolean, got aggregate. Count each unique value. I don't think I want that. Just complicate it. Running product, scan, total sum. Okay, I don't think I want those. Fill from above. Oh, this is like under this is shift 1. I don't think I want those. If blank, I don't think I want that. Okay. Cool. This is my version of text split. Does my split text actually work if I have multiple cells though? Split, split text. No, it doesn't. It does this. Yes, it does. Okay, I'm going to replace my split text with this split by character thing. Split by character. Does it rely on any other functions in this workbook though? Let's stick this on a new sheet. I don't think it relies on anything else, so I'm just going to steal that as is. What's it called? Split by character. Cool, so I'm literally just going to paste that over my split text lambda. Cool, so split text, sorry, I know you can't see this bit. Split text, paste that in over that. Excellent. Cool, so what is next from Eric? Split numbers from text. Okay, so I also have one of these, and I think it also doesn't do that. So what's it called? It's called like extract numbers. Yeah, so my extract numbers doesn't work. But if I did like extract numbers on this, it would then work. So I am. Do I want to? I don't really think I want to steal this because the text cells are also getting split out here, which I don't actually want. So if I go split numbers from text. Split numbers from text of this. Oh. What? Doesn't even work. What is going on here? This is because it's merged cells, I think. Yeah, okay, so if I only the point actually the first set of cells. It does split that out, but it includes all the text, which I don't want. So I think I'm not going to steal that one. I will look for something similar to steal from somebody, but I don't want that one. Cool. What we got? Remove calls, don't want that. Reverse, got that already. Pivot. This looks too complicated to learn and understand. It's too, like, I'll get more value out of trying other things in the meantime. Cool. Okay, thank you, Eric. Thank you for your split text type memory. Who's next? I've got more from Bo. We've got Briss again. We've got Dim. Let's see if this Dim one includes the Lambda Lab stuff. I do want that stuff. It's kind of a bit cheeky to use it when he's in my path forward, but see if it's in here. Nice text. Counter-currencies, I've got like account substrings now. So don't need that. Pips, dice, letters of 4. Okay, so you're splitting out like 4 at a time. It's interesting. Arrows. Yeah, I think it's a bit extra to do the 9 combinations. I'm not that interested in that. I was hoping he would have all of the cards laid out in like a proper table with like suit columns and everything, but it's not. So there's cards. Yeah, I guess not. Miss Harcom. Seen that before earlier. Saw this earlier. Is there shift in here somewhere? There's not shift. Okay, I'm gonna move from that because it's basically the same as we saw earlier. We've now got Emily, who famously took out Peter Shaw today. Let's see what Emily's got for us. Okay, she has got the chess pieces and stuff, but I think it looks like she just like pastes them in. Which is interesting. So, I mean, having the dominoes split out like this is not a bad shout. That was a pretty good call. Is there like a area with cards in? Credit scoring. Alphabet. Dominoes lookups. Okay, I think this is not like easily transferable to the formats that I have. And she doesn't exhaustively list the cards. She does exhaustively list the dominoes though, which I think is quite good. I'm going to steal that. So we've got the dominoes here. This is the, I guess this is the, it's not the first one. Is this the Unicode? What? Aha, oh no, okay, yes it is, but that's how easy it is. That's how I use Unicode. That doesn't match the data validation. Why is there even data validation here? Alt H E F. No, Alt H E. I only, what? Can I copy this to a new workbook maybe? No, still data validation here. How do I get rid of data validation? Alt. How do I get rid of data validation? Alt. Data. Data validation. Clear validation. No. Format. Format. Cell formats. Protection. No. I don't know that I've ever used data validation before in Excel. Data validation, clear all, okay. Unicode, yes. Yes, okay, fantastic. So, what have we got? We've got Unicode, we've got Auto, we've got pips L, we've got pips R. Is this, what is this? Is this the sum? Pips. Yep, okay. Got sum. We've got is double. Cool, so I think I'm going to steal this dominoes set here. This will be my dominoes lambda. Names.add dominoes. Cool, okay, so now I have a dominoes lambda, fantastic. Thank you, Emily. Let's move on to the next person. Okay, we've got Benny again. Oh no, hang on, we've already seen that. I'm looking in the wrong folder. Okay, we've done Emily, we've done Giles. I don't want to go through my ones because, I mean, I've already been through them. Let's do JJ. This one is an XLSB within capital letters, so you know it's a good file. It's also not loading for me. Let me try that again. This file is not loading. What the heck? Really? I'll show you what I'm seeing. Yeah, I tried to open JJ's lambda set, and it's failed to open the workbook, which what I'm going to do is I'm going to close it. I'm going to rename it to end with a lowercase XLSB instead. See if it then opens. That's weird though. No, it does not open. Okay, I think there's a corrupted file. So I'm going to skip over JJ. Go straight to Josh. Cool, okay, yeah, we've got some stuff here from Josh. Excellent. I think this is Josh Bruce. Yes, Josh Bruce. Okay, enable editing. Cool, what have we got? Distances growth lines. That's very funny. Int A, what does that mean? Int A of A1 is equal to 71. Int A, lambda cell indirect, A exclamation mark answer. So if you have a worksheet named A, this will get you the result on that worksheet of that cell. So I guess he always renames his map worksheet to be called A, and then he can use this lambda on it. It's just not actually that bad, I know, it's a pretty good idea. Sum first x, I can do that with sum and take, and not that bothered. I've got weighted average, I've got a min lookup, I've got a max lookup. Most table. I've got most of, which I think is probably about include or exclude. Okay, so that is a symmetric difference. I don't think there's likely enough to come up that I should make a lambda for that for now. Dice dart score T13. Okay, that's like highly specific to the cricket darts case from Harry Siders a few years ago. cards table. Why has nobody got like a table with, here are all the cards. Here's the suit. Here's the whatever. Right. I think, you know, we've been through enough now that I'm just going to make that. So let's just grab all the suits from here somewhere. I'm sure they'll be here. Suits. Okay, no cards. No cards in here. Cards sequence table. Card setup. Cards sequence table. Card sequence table high ace. Card L table. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is just transpose this, vertically stack this. So it's supposed to be stack repeatedly that we looked at earlier. That's 4 times, once horizontally, stack repeatedly, 4 times horizontally. And we're going to have ace to up to 10, jack, queen, king, ace, and got ace ready. I'm going to copy that 4 times, and then I'm going to find club equals y space. Unique all of this. I call true. And then what's the bridge order? It's this. So we go equals index this 52 over. I do need a global actually, so sequence of 52. What is it? This over 13. And then round it up. I might have to subtract 1, we'll see. No, I don't need to subtract 1, excellent. And equals that, and that. No. So what have we got? We've got index, card, suit, value, value, let's just go value 2, value 3. Cool, so I'm going to basically have that, and that is going to be my card data. Oh, hang on, it looks like I already have this. Equals cards. Oh, I got suit color, opposite suit. I've got index. I put aces at the end. Which one do I prefer? I mean, I don't like the term lookup here, but I think I do like this one though, so I'm not gonna steal your card stuff. Sorry, Josh. I mean, my impression so far is that there's a lot more that could be developed in terms of lambdas, at least compared to the shared versions I'm looking at. I'm expecting to see more people have like sets of cards and dice and all of that all cleared out of the way, but a lot of people apparently, like, in terms of their shared versions, on that for. Cool. What have we got here? This is, I think that's the census map. This is, so we got Peter Charles lambdas here. We took Emily's lambdas earlier, Melvin Pete's. He's got like cases in here. Oh, he's very well documented. That's good. World of Warcraft. Huge thanks to these that squared it. Excellent. Information. Card info. That's probably the one that I based my original off. Card pairs. Oh, he's got like scoring poker hands and stuff like that. That's not a bad idea. It does come up quite often. And it would save you just having to do the question. It is kind of just like not doing the question in a way, though. I don't know. Lookups. We've got cycle. What does that mean? Let's go sequence 3-5. This notebook's not very stable. Cycle this by 1. It just makes everything 1. That's not what I was expecting. No, okay, I'm not. Just going to scale up whatever it is. Is he indirect? Card game. Card game? Yeah, so I think like these ones up here are for card games, right? So I've got my own. Okay, I'm loading in my lambdas. It's taking a while. Something about this workbook's really, really slow. But I'm not sure what this cycle means. This cycle function. But I do have this cards lambda here, which is just all of the like card information. Where are we? Level info, I've got versions of this now. Most of took from dim, so I've got that. Next gives the next value in an array that is n below default of 1 the cell. So I think Anders had these ones that we were looking at earlier. I don't think I want to steal them. Mouse movement addresses, arrow info, cell distances, cell move, map distance, map flat. I've got flat map. Map next, min around. I've got combinations, I've got flips, I've got count substrings. I've got split out into letters. Word check, that's interesting. So can the word be made out of the letters? I don't think I want to steal it because I think you could have like a more general version of this that's more generally useful. And then I don't want to steal this. I think it's too specific. So I think that's Peter's ones all done. And I'll move on to Liana. So I'm up against Liana later. See if we can steal some of her lambdas first. And then I think if that's basically end. So if we can't do that, I'll see if I can steal any of Dim's lambda lab ones, because I do like his lambda lab ones. I think they're quite good. So we've got bonus set up. We've got an example case here, which is what's my flight number, data table, data block. Okay, we've got loads of stuff here. Append cols appends to arrays column wise. So if I had 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, hit append cols, what would that do? Just H stacks them. Maybe if they're like different sizes, right? So what if I did 2, 3, 4? I did this. Okay, I think this is just H stack. Arrow shift, arrow table block. A fast way to return a cell and its surrounding cells. block of this maps 2, 3. Okay, I think I would do this with offset and indirect. So I don't think I want that one. Col and row returns the column and row of any text cell reference, i.e. reverse address. So if I have like AA17 and I did col row of that, that gives me the column and the row. So what I do at the moment is I would do complex from address, load my lambdas in. That's right, yeah. So we're just going through everyone's lambdas, and they're basically at the end of that now. Leon is the last one, but I do want to take Dim's lambda lab ones as well. So what have I got? I've got complex from address of that, and then I would do real and imaginary. So I do actually think I want this col row thing. Or at least something that just takes in a complex number or a set of complex numbers and gives me the rows and the columns. So I'm just going to write real of this. H-stack imaginary of that. I think I do want like a gap row, so I'll just do a sequence of rows of P17 hash, and then starting at 0, stopping at 0. Or how can I like, it's make array it's called, isn't it? So make array of rows of P17 hash and 1, and then under X that. This is returning value. Oh, right, because the lambda needs to be in 2 variables. Let's just go I and J for that. Cool, so if I turn that to lambda, R plus R, R. Let's just do one cell. Yeah. And let's do like a column like this. Let's just do that. Let's do a row like this. Let's do multiple rows. I'll just change it here. Cool, okay, so I think I do want to have that. This can be called M2 roll call. Cool. So I've got M to roll call out of that. Excellent. Dijkstra. I'm not sure that's how you spell Dijkstra, but block cells, stuffing, diagonal 1. Okay, I don't know how to use this. I think Dijkstra can be a bit. I don't know, I probably don't want to steal that, I think. Index match for the lazy. If blank. If omitted, I think another one from Elliot. Intersect lightning fast index match. I'm interested in how that works. Or indirect. Oh, I see what you're doing there. So you're actually using the range names and finding the intersection of them. I don't think I want to use that technique though. Is in range. So that's my has match, I think. Max lookup, I've got that. It's called lookup largest. Mega replace. I think I've got, this is my substitute.multi. Returns the most frequent item in a set, and it's works for letters and numbers. So that's the most of. Mod text. That it has come up multiple times. It has, but I still don't want it. Like my Caesar thing is probably enough. An instance on same diagonal. She took on same diagonal. It didn't take on anti-diagonal or on diagonals. Product if multiplies all values. Yeah, you do that with scan. Rate stuff, don't need that. Recreation of numpy access based roll. What is that? Roll. Okay, so let's do sequence 3, 5. Let's roll. 1. Ah, perfect. Okay. So this is the shift thing. So I actually do want to steal this. How is, wait, hang on, is this different to shift? What is shift then? 2, 3. A5? Yeah, okay, so shift is like shifting directly on addresses. Okay, so I do think I want this roll 1. So let's have a look at that. Oh my god. So I'm just looking now to see if it uses any other functions that I don't have. I don't think it does. So I'm going to copy that and I'm just going to paste it in my place where I keep these. And it's just to be called shift. Cool, so I have stolen that. There was also VBA here, which is just bonus setup, and I think I have something for that already, so yeah, not worried about that. Cool, so I think that's all of them. I'm just going to open a blank workbook and give my new ones a try again. As we can check that they've worked after my adjusting of them. So just running that now. Cool, so so I'm just going to go through the changes. So we should now have something called dominoes. Okay, so I've just had an error message pop up around line 169 of the Lambda Manager, which is split text. So I am actually going to edit that slightly. And try again. Basically, when I stole Eric's split text thing, I didn't paste it in correctly, I think. So let's try that again. No. Okay, I can't, sadly, I can't copy this error to show you it. Maybe I can take a screenshot and show you the screenshot. But no, I'm going to have to steal the. Actually, we'll probably just make one from scratch, right? So here's my strings. Let me actually refresh it first. So I've loaded in all the other ones correctly first, so I know what else I need to do if I need to do anything else. So open up a blank workbook, share that workbook, load the lambdas. The rest of the lambdas are loaded in fine. And basically what I'm missing is my split. Did I load them in? I've got 2 copies of everything now. No. Okay, good. So my split text is basically missing now. So I want to mid. Let's just do one cell for now, and then we'll map it later. So mid that starting number of sequence of len of that number of characters 1. So there's my split text, and I think what I'm going to do is spell it horizontally as well. Because if you're going down level by level, it makes more sense to split it out horizontally. So now what I want to do is basically map x to lambda. We're going to map a range. So let's say this range. We're going to go lambda x mid x sequence len x. And that's not going to work because you need to aggregate these, right? So I need to, like, I don't know, text join them with this or something to make it clear that that's working. What I actually want to do is I want to construct the array to put all of these in, and extend all of these other ones to match the size of the top one, basically, right? So I think what I want to do is I want to use by row, this by row. And return that. No. Okay, I don't really understand how this by row thing works. But what I can do instead is I can say, let R be this range. And we're going to do max len is going to be max of len of R, like that. Oh, it took the R auto replace. So max len of R. And then we're going to make array, and it's going to have rows of R, rows. I'm not going to call this R because this is way too annoying. Let's call this A. Make array rows of A, columns of A. There we going to go lambda. Okay, Bo has suggested a sequence of at and x. Let's try that. Aha! Thank you, Bo. Okay, so the at there is converting the array of the lengths to match, I guess, the length of the row of the one that you're currently at. So you just need to be making sure that this is returning like for a single value instead of all of them. Okay, thank you. That makes sense. Cool. So this is going to be my text split lambda. So we're going to go lambda x. Sorry, not x. Range of that. And then I can go like this. Excellent. And that is now my new split text lambda. So let's load that back in. Sequence of scalar. So yeah, sequence needs to take in, sequence will like, I guess, prune to the first item of a vector, it seems like. That makes sense. Cool. All right, let's check Excel again. And let's type in some more numbers. Let's just check this is working. And then we go split text. Aha, but it is only going up to the width of the first one, though. So that is not fully working perfectly yet. Hang on, if you go mid of this and then like 5, what does it do? Nothing. Empty string. Ah, okay, so if instead of going at len, I go max len of range. There we go. Okay, so I'm just gonna swap it over for this, just so we get all of the items. How long have I got? We got like an hour left before the battle. I do want to update the extract numbers stuff, so like similarly to this one. So we'll do that for sure. But then I might go get some food. Cool. So here we go. Split text on this. And yeah, that is working. Excellent. So now we're going to do the same thing, but for these 3 here. Is that not pasting? That's not pasting. Copy, paste. Copy. Hang on, sorry, 1 second. Something is wrong with my keyboard. Copy, paste. So we're going to make these work similarly. And I think I can do this with regex. So I'm just going to get like a first draft of everything just by getting right. Do I have the regex functions? Regex, extract, replace, regex, test. So I think we want regex extract. So I'm going to say, right, 3 regex extract functions that take in a cell reference A1, respectively extract numeric values, non-numeric values, and see numeric digits. So that's going to give me like 3 initial drafts basically for this. I think we'll give it a go, right? Regex extract this pattern. I think like 1 to 9 star, something like that. All matches. And then I think we need like at least 1 to 9 as well, so I think it might be like that. Yes. And then value. Cool. So what happens if I track that down further? No. So we're gonna take our split text thing. Just so I remember how this worked. I'm going to go by row under x, value whatever of x. And this needs some patch, probably. No. I mean, I do think generally I'll just need to go like down. Okay, let's just go back to this, where it's working. So this is basically giving some unknown length thing. And I want to have like it return the extended version of this, right? So I could like count the columns and then set it up that way. Add jagged of this. Okay, let's go back to this again. let's just do text join on this, true. Because I can definitely like map these to that, basically. Map that to lambda x. Yes, cool. And then, so let delimited do that, and then max delimited the max of len delimited minus len delimited minus 1. I do want to ignore errors there. So I will say if error 0, len substitute delimited that. If error 0, and the max, I'll just return max delimited for now. Okay, yes. And then make array of rows C6 to C10 rows, and then max delimited columns under A, B, B, index delimited of A. Okay, and then what we're going to do with that, we're going to take the text split of it on semicolon. I'm going to say index of that B. 1B, B1. So the text split is splitting them over what? Columns. So do you want row 1 B? Also, should this really be 5? Should it be 6? Oh yes, this should be, yeah, they should have a +1 on it. Okay. And AB, maybe it's this index that, no, sorry, this index that's the issue. Maybe I need to go comma there, comma there. I might have to just drop the text split bit and do it a different way. So we're going to replace that. We're not going to max limited being that thing. This is going to be rows populated with full. number is populated with full. Cool. And what we're going to do is we're going to no, it does. We do need this b argument here. Let's just like work out the function over here though. So let's go replace that starting from find that, and then that starting from no. What I definitely want to text split this into that value. Actually, not value for now. Text split that into that, and then I want to take out the Beef version of that, right? So that, in theory, should work. So if I go copy this, index of text split, and then the text split closing has to be like this. And the index, let's just go with 4 for now. Okay, index 1 is working, but the other indices aren't. Okay, I think maybe when I do the text split here, maybe I need to do the at here. And then will that return 2? Yes, yes. Okay, excellent. Yeah, that is working. And then just go if error blank. Okay, fantastic. So that is range B. Yes. Okay. So lambda A. Okay, lambda. Let's just say input. That of that. Okay. So this is now my extract numbers. Extract numbers. Cool. So now I want to extract digits. So I think to extract digits, I just need to do that. Yeah, except it's not matching 0. Actually, my extract numbers wasn't matching 0 either. So I think I want to do that. And instead of 1 to 9, I actually want 0 to 9. Okay, yeah. So that is now my extract numbers. And this is going to be my extract digits. And then what about extracting others? Can I do like not? I'm going to take a quick look. Try that. How am I going to do non-numeric only? I mean, I could do... Oh, is Bo suggesting like that for digits? Is that much my... Okay, yeah, I think it's the same thing. I think it does the same thing. Does it? What if it do like decimals though? Okay. But I want to do like the opposite now. I want to do everything except numbers. What if I do? Excel regex syntax not not 0 to 9. Capital D. Capital D doesn't seem to be giving any. Is that because I've got some sort of like value function going on here? Ah, yes, yeah, here. No. On there. On there. Ah, perfect. Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much, both. That was very helpful. This does appear to be what I want. Oh, good. Okay. So this is my extract. That is. And then I think I can do one more, right? Because I can do extract characters. If I just get rid of this plus symbol. Then yeah, it just extracts all the characters out. So I'll add extract characters as well. Extract cars. Cool. So that is now working. Let's see if it's working. Let's give it a go. So I'm just going to load it in from my. I'll show you the Visual Studio briefly. Load it in from my Lambda thing here. Just scan through all of them quickly. And share this. Give them a go. So we've got extract cars, extract digits. Actually, I'd want to wrap this in value, I think. Extract numbers. Yeah, same. I want to wrap that in like a value function, and then extract letters. Cool. So let me just do that quickly. Let's extract digits. So sorry, I know you can't see this bit, but let me take a second. value. So I'm basically just sticking value results. Let's give that a go. So showing is my numbers, is my numbers, is my numbers. Let's go extract numbers and extract digits. Nice. So there we go. That is my way of getting the numbers out and everything safely. And the time is really running quite low now before the battle, and I do want to eat something, so I am going to stop streaming now. But yeah, there you go. That was me going through everybody's lambdas, taking some of them that I like the look of, and then writing a couple at the end. Hope you enjoyed. Goodbye.